Hi guys, we're back with another sales video. How to set yourself up to be successful in sales in 2026. And it all starts with smart prospecting. So spoiler alert, that is what we're gonna be talking about today. If you guys are new here, my name is Sarah Uy. I'm the founder of Selling Sarah, just recently named to Forbes 30 Under 30 for my sales training and coaching. And I do videos on here all freaking week in long form, but every single day, sometimes way too many times a day on TikTok, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So you guys can follow me there. But today we're gonna be talking about smart prospecting in the new year, because honestly, I am speaking to so many reps right now where they're just like, Sarah, like, it's Q4, it's December, I'm getting nobody to answer me. People are cursing me out on freaking cold calls. I have been cursed out on a cold call probably like 45 times in the last 2 freaking weeks. And to be honest, sometimes I don't even blame them, because for example, today it's December 21st and I am calling people on December 21st. Who wants a damn cold call on December 21st? I don't, so they definitely don't. But believe it or not, there are still amazing ways that you could still be productive right now in this period of time while you're still focusing on getting your Q4 deals signed, sealed, delivered, crossed over the finish line in order to set yourself up for success in January. Because a lot of sales reps, I think the biggest mistake sales reps make is they come back in Q1 thinking, oh my God, I'm just going to sell so much. People are just going to bite. It's the new year, new budget, new goals, new priorities. Of course they're gonna want what I'm trying to sell them, whether it's a product or service, right? But in reality, the sales reps that think like that are not going to get off on the right foot in 2026 because they didn't do smart prospecting 60 to 90 days prior to when they came back, which I know what you guys are thinking. We're way shorter out than the 30 to 60, 90 days right now, which means, yeah, you should have started literally a month ago. But if you haven't, don't worry. We're gonna focus on 3 things that you can do today to make sure that you are smart prospecting now so that you can find success in the new year, in January, in 2026. So let's get into it. First thing I wanna focus on is in the new year, and even now, if you are still dialing like me, you wanna focus on less random dialing and more intentional targeted dialing. So what does that mean? Well, I'm gonna call probably 80% out of reps right now, including myself when I used to do this, when I first started in sales. How many of you, right now I'm gonna say this and you're gonna be like, oh shit, this is literally me. How many of you put numbers in your cadence knowing that this person is never gonna be a client, but it is just an easy dial that you can make, you know they're not gonna answer, and it just is a number on your activities chart, a number counted towards your activities target for your boss to say, oh yeah, Sarah's calling. But in reality, you know you're not calling intentional people that you think are genuinely going to be clients, and it's just a number, it's just quantity over quality. How many people are doing that right now? Because I used to do this shit all the damn time. Oh, my boss, Sarah, are you calling? Oh yeah, I'm calling, I'm making my dials. You can look at my activity log, but really I know that those are just calls for the sake of saying I'm making calls, and they're not intentional and they're not targeted, and you know it's not going to be a quality call. How many people do that? Sometimes I still do it and I'm like, joke's on me, I'm the freaking boss. Like, what am I doing that? I'm just wasting my time on the phones, right? So we need to be focusing on intentional dialing, quality over quantity going into the new year and in January when we come back to work. The second thing I wanna dive into right now, and I know we're going into this quick, but honestly, what I wanna try and tell you guys is that this is a simple mindset shift. If you guys can just shift your mindset from quantity to quality, and then also my second point being less of a spray and pray approach to calling, just dialing whenever you feel like you have the time. We need to shift from a spray and pray and from quantity over quality to quality over quantity and a multi-channel approach. So Sarah, what does that mean? Like, I feel like I'm already doing so many things, but what does a multi-channel approach mean in sales? I'll tell you right now. Again, what I just said, instead of just cold calling whenever you have a second to dial or whenever you have a gap in your schedule, let's time block everything out to make sure that there's a method to the madness, because there is. And when you time block and you organize your day in a strategic way that's going to get in touch with your potential prospects, you're winning. okay? So what does this multi-channel approach look like, right? So maybe on Monday, I am focusing the entire morning on prospecting a new cadence. I am putting new contacts, their phone number, their email. Maybe I'm actually even writing their hook. That way I have a solid 30 leads, because I typically want to add about 30 leads to a cadence so that I could set the rest of my week up for success, right? So what that actually looks like is Monday morning, adding 30 new leads to a cadence, and then Monday afternoon, actually putting in a calling session, and I'm actually going to send them a very first email. So now I'm multi-channeling, right? So what that means is not just calling, now I'm emailing, right? I'm putting them through email cadence number 1. If you know, you know. Tuesday, I'm also going to incorporate LinkedIn by sending videos and voice notes and connections. So just so you guys know, you can only do social selling. You can only send videos or voice notes if you are connected with that prospect. So I actually want to do it in the opposite order. Tuesday morning, I want to send out all connection requests to those 30 people that we added on Monday morning, okay? Stay with me. Once they've connected with me, I wanna be sending videos. I wanna be sending voice notes. I wanna be DMing them, right? I might even be now texting them by Wednesday morning. So now I've called, I've emailed, I've sent a LinkedIn video. Now I'm texting them. That is 4 different channels in which I am trying to get in contact with this prospect, okay? Now I know what you're thinking. Sarah, this is way too much. I don't want to come off annoying. I don't want to come off, stalking them. Get that out of your damn mind. Unless this prospect says, Sarah, I am going to freaking sue you for how many times you have been calling, texting, emailing me, videoing me. You keep going. Okay? Sales is about getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. This entire process is uncomfortable, but get comfortable, because this is how you are going to win clients, okay? Plain and simple. The third thing I really want to talk about is in the new year, and even now, adding leads that you actually are excited about. Now, going back to my early days working at Pareto, I had an old boss who literally told me, stop overthinking the prospecting process, okay? You know our ICP, you know who we want to go after, you know the types of businesses that we typically work with. Why don't you go after ones that actually pique your interest instead of going after ones that you feel bored by, or when you read their description, you're not passionate about? Let me tell you something. I wish someone had told me this a lot sooner, because I actually got excited about the people I was prospecting once I started to realize I was excited about the company itself. And I know this sounds so stupid, but one of the ways I was able to get really intrigued by a company, and the way I still do, is like by their logo. If they have a really pretty logo, really fun colors, they just look like a really great company that does some really great marketing, that is a trigger for me personally. Like, I get excited about that stuff. So if you could pick something that genuinely excites you about a company, that makes you want to prospect them, that makes you want to reach out to them, you could actually even use some of your interests of why you wanted to prospect them in your cold outreach. So, if you're reaching out to marketing leaders, right? Hey, Stacy, this is Sarah over at Selling Sarah. Who does your marketing? Right? That person might be like, who the hell is this? Like, I've never spoken to this person before, but they're so outgoing and they seem so passionate about the work that I've done, because I'm calling Stacy knowing that she's done the marketing herself. Then they're gonna want to talk to you, right? So you can actually use those interests that you get excited about in terms of that company, and you can actually use that in your cold outreach. Like, who doesn't love amazing compliment on a cold call from someone they literally have never spoken to before, right? So use it to your advantage. But once I started prospecting companies I was actually excited about, whether it's their marketing, their logo, what they actually do, their values, then you get excited to actually prospect them, and you get even more intrigued to make sure that your outreach is even more personalized than just a regular company that you added to the cadence for the heck of it. Now, last but not least, what I want to close this video with is going into 2026 with all of these tips that we just spoke about today, some easy tips that you could easily shift your mindset to. What I want to summarize and what I want to end this with is your actual mindset. If you are coming back in January 2026 saying, holy fucking shit, I want to make a ton of money, the sky isn't the limit, there is no limit for me, you're going to be successful within sales, okay? If you are watching this video right now and you're thinking, oh my God, I don't feel as passionate, like I actually don't know if sales is for me, I'm going to tell you right now, brutally honest, you're not going to be successful. If you could get yourself to that mindset, that positivity, that optimism of, holy shit, I can do this and I'm gonna make a ton of money, you're golden. If you're not there yet, but you think you can get there, rewatch some of these videos and say, is this something I really am passionate about doing every single day? Because sales is truly, truly, truly something that if you are passionate about, you're just gonna be successful. Plain and simple. If you're not and your mindset isn't in it, this could be a rude awakening for you to say, hey, I've learned a lot here, but maybe sales isn't for me. And the last thing you want to do is start the new year in a job where you're unsure that you want to be in. I'll leave you with that question. It's a daunting question, but to be honest, it's the brutal reality of sales of, hey, can I do this? Do I want to be successful? If the answer is yes, you're going to be. It's plain and simple. If you could get your mindset there, you can absolutely be a killer when it comes to closing deals, making a fuck ton of money, and checking off life goals of yours that wouldn't be possible without sales. If you're not there, you can absolutely still achieve all of these things in a different role, right? Maybe you don't want to be client facing. Maybe you don't want to be a new business. Maybe you make an amazing account manager, an amazing client success manager, where most of those roles that are still technically sales aren't necessarily dealing with the cold calls, not necessarily dealing with the cold outreach, the new business. But that's something that you have to ask yourself. How do I want to be successful in 2026? I'll leave you with that. Good luck. Happy New Year. Finish out Q4 strong and close those freaking deals. Get them over the line. People are still signing. Believe it or not, people are still signing. I just closed $200K deal literally on Friday. Like December 19th. What the hell? People are still signing. You can do this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe, by the way.